The simulator game model has been very effective over the years in the traditional gaming world. And with Web3 now opening up a landscape that has all kinds of opportunities, it's really interesting to see those who are being creative come up with some fun ideas for games that people will actually want to play. And today we're joined by the CEO and founder of Bluelight. His name is Andrew Frost, and we're going to talk all about Bluelight, which you can find at bluelight.inc. Andrew, welcome to the Nifty Show.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Joel. It's a pleasure to be here today with you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. And full disclosure for everybody, after vetting the projects that we receive nominations for via our website, we always look to see, all right, does this look like it's a solid project or no? We say no to a lot of projects, but for some of them that we do bring to the show, they are sponsored. And so just full disclosure that we are being compensated for this interview today, but we like the project. We think you will too. And of course, as always, do your own due diligence. For those of you watching via the video on either YouTube or Rumble or Odyssey, you can see the website is at bluelight.inc. I love that you picked that for a domain to begin with, because this is kind of a business simulator, isn't it?
That's totally right. And even more, the game itself, the Bluelight, is based on a cartoon series called Take My Muffin, which is available for free on YouTube. And one of the key player in the Take My Muffin series is the corporation that rules them all, which called the Bluelight Incorporation. So that's kind of why.
I'm gonna let this animation here run in the background without the audio as we're talking about this, so people can understand exactly what might be happening here. Although this is a long. Okay, this is a full-length cartoon that they've done here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a Rick and Morty about startups. If you ever enjoyed
Oh,
watching like Silicon Valley,
yeah.
the show, or Rick and Morty or South Park, it's pretty much on the same level. So definitely
Okay,
just go and
so
watch.
yeah, maybe explain the premise then of the show and thus the game that it inspired.
Yeah, definitely. So in the show, we have a couple characters. One of them is Corny, which is a unicorn, obviously, who comes up with bright ideas all the time. And his team is kind of group of characters. And every episode, they try to work on one of Corny's ideas, trying to do some stupid or sometimes very, very smart startups. And trying to succeed and get some money out of it, and that's basically the plot of the game as well. So you'll be given a team, not like in a real startup, and you have to complete the project with this team. And these projects, they updates daily, and you have plenty of them. They're absolutely funny, and your team have different skills, and it's basically like a card game where you play with your skill, trying to fight uh, difficult tasks or sometimes a hard reality, like internet disconnection, or I don't know, one of your engineers got drunk and missed the work today. So it's like a stuff happens in the real life, right? And that what makes it super fun, because a couple I don't know. So we've been doing it almost a year, or maybe a little bit over it, and we've been looking at this crypto games and crypto overall, and it's kind of boring with all these graphs and
Mm-hmm.
price charts and stuff. You don't have a lot of fun just watching it. So we felt that it needs a lot of humor. That's what we did.
Yeah, I think that's
And
important. People are tired of the click and earn games where you just load up the
yep,
browser and you go in once a day and click and you get some, token that's virtually worthless. And eventually you can buy something with it so that you can go and click a day each day and get a little more token. So this is actually, in this game, you're gonna have, your office to start with. And I think that what I'm looking at here are the lands that I believe you may have done a sale for some of these already.
uh, so yes and no. Well, first of all, we kind of want to have the ultimate goal is to have the complete simulator of Silicon Valley.
Mm.
Uh, so on top of that, it's not only startups, right? It's a lot of life about startups, and that walks around it. So we took San Francisco, and its Bay Area is a main driver for startups for everywhere in the world. We call it Sun Crypto because
Mhm.
we let's call it cryptify a little bit. If you ever been to San Francisco, you will see some familiar landmarks like, I don't know, Lombard Street. You see the one that's with the zigzagging. So we have one which called Price Chart Street, uh, or a coin tower. So something like that. And of course, every startup, they need some place to live for team members and some office to work on a startup. Of course, they can do some remote working or working from like communal spaces. But of course, if you have your own office, you have more flexibility and you can pick the harder projects, or you can gather your team to get more power and work on more complex projects.
I
So
see things on here that are like trading card game. You know, you're used to having
yeah.
stats on there. So these cards have four numbers that seem to go from 1 to 5. I'm assuming five, or this one has six. That there's, you know, high skills and low skills in different areas. So is this first one time management or something? Because it looks like a clock.
Almost. That's what we call the energy or
Okay.
lifetime. So basically, you have a set of employees, and we get you some for free when you start the game because you don't have to buy anything to start playing.
Okay.
So you get these employees for free. It's your initial team, and every one of them have a set of unique abilities. So as you mentioned here, the first one is a lifetime. Is basically how long this employee can do its task on a playing field.
Okay.
So if this one has 5, and his performance is 1, so that's mean that he's kind of all the time in the office, but he doesn't do a very good job. Or vice versa, you may have the other one on the other side of your screen, which has lifetime 3. So it's kind of like short days, but the performance is 3 as well. So this character does way more job during the smaller time. And that's how we, and every character, they have like a unique specification. So you have engineers, you have designers, you have salespeople, and of course you can put salespeople trying to code, but both of us know like how it can end, right? Uh, so you need to have this diverse team to work properly. But of course, like in every other startup, sometimes the mess is the answer. So you just grab all the people you have and just throw them on a project, and you might win. And that's what makes it fun, because
Right.
your characters also evolve during the game. So you can level up them, you can change skills, they can have some nice abilities during the game, or some characters, let's say legendary characters, they can have lots of abilities and they have lots of lifetime and performance, so they're like a very very good one. And collecting your team is quite important. And of course, you will need an office for them to work on. You
Mhm.
can rent one, or you can own one and rent it to somebody else, and you will do rev share. So you will get some revenue share from the people who play in your office, but you may not play the game at all. Just, I don't know, own the land and rent offices, basically being a real estate mogul, like in the real life.
I'm looking through the white paper, which you guys can find that on the website. It's right there at the top, white paper, because I see that there's a token involved in it. And if you go here, I determine that, okay, there's something called bucks and kale. So this must be
Right.
the currency of the game.
Right. So Kale is a crypto token available on Ethereum and BNB chain, and Box is a kind of soft currency that only in a game and is not a crypto token.
Okay.
And why we have both is because uh, it's quite important to bring more people on board. Because crypto gaming nowadays, they do require you purchase some NFTs or lots of tokens just to have fun. And first of all, there's not much fun, as we already discussed. And then it's hard onboarding for a lot of people because crypto is quite complicated. So
Right.
that's why we have two. One which is a just in-game currency, which is bucks, and you can easily earn them just playing a game a little bit, and you can still like win something. You can win Kale even playing a free game. So we spend a lot of time, and we have amazing team uh, that already have huge experience in games and in balancing and game design. So we try to balance this game so it's going to be fun for everybody, even for those who do free to play or for those who comes for like hardcore earning from crypto.
According to the white paper, it says almost all items in Bluelight are NFTs. So how does that work? Does that mean the offices, the lands, the characters? What is an NFT? What can be, used or sold or traded?
Yeah. So first of all, there are a couple of types of NFTs. So as you said, it's a land, it's an office, it's office items like computer or desk. It's a character, of course. But if you on a free to play plan, you can just go ahead and play it, and you'll get something from us. So basically, you will be playing in a blue light co-working that available for free, and you don't have to do a rev share or anything with anybody. It just has some limitations, but you can still play the game, uh, and you will earn some items. But some of them, let's say like common characters, they will not be available as NFTs because there's a lot of them, and it doesn't make
Right.
sense to produce lots of cheap NFTs. So, but on more rare characters like epic or legendary, you can mint them as an NFT, and you can trade them on marketplace, or you can transfer it to your wallet and save them for future, whatever you like.
So does that mean that there is a sale at some point where people can buy characters and land, or individual NFTs? Is it packs? How will that roll out, and how do people get involved?
So we don't want to sell NFTs before we launch the game. So currently we're at the private alpha stage, which means we can let you go and play, but you have to fill a form. So we will allow you to go in. Um, we will have an open version in about a month or two from now, where we will just allow anybody just go and play in a test net. And that's probably the moment where we start launching some NFTs. Why we don't want them launch before that is also in terms of game balancing, because it's quite important not only to have
Right.
fun, but for game to be perfectly balanced and not be too hard, or users should not ever hit like a paywall, right, where the game forces you to spend all your money to do something. So, and it's not possible just to be done out of the box. You cannot just sit and like that's gonna do. No, we have to see like how these first players they interact with the game, how they play, what they do, and then we will adjust this balance. Then we update the build, adjust this balance again, and when we will feel that it's a properly balanced, only then the NFTs will be available.
So it's free to participate in the private alpha. You guys can help
Yeah,
decide the direction of the game. Go to the website at bluelight.inc, click the apply button. It'll bring you to the simple Google form where you put your email, your MetaMask, Discord name, if you have a Twitter and Telegram. And I'm sure you guys are letting as many people in to this alpha as possible. But I like that that's going to happen before you sell anything, right? Let people get a taste of it. Is this game for me? Because you're going to end up building an enthusiastic community of fans that really like where you're going with this.
exactly.
Nice. Well, there's a blog here as well that you guys can read on their Medium that is keeping up with all the latest about the token and the game itself. And I'm assuming that I can find, yep, there's a Discord and a Telegram here. So if you want to jump in and talk to people who are already playing now, you can get that information. What else would you like people to know before we wrap up here, Andrew?
So first of all, as you said, it's quite important to do your own research. Uh, check the website, check the white paper, see our great team and the partners. We are not like people from coming from anywhere. We own the market for almost 10 years, and most of our team they came from quite big names. and we spend a lot of time working on this game, and I hope everybody will like it. So we'll see you on the streets of some crypto.
Perfect. And unlike San Francisco, there's no crap or needles on the streets of San Crypto, right?
Hopefully,
Hopefully we
unless
can.
they're NFTs.
Well, poopy NFTs, that could be a thing. Cool. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate you coming on today and sharing with everybody.
Thanks, Joel. Thanks.
And it may be me on the next episode. Sir Lord Travis might drop in. It might be Riles. You never know. But we're going to continue to bring you the best Web3 content, NFTs, play and earn, and play and own gaming, metaverse, all right here on the world's longest running NFT podcast. And until next time, keep it nifty.
Looking into the future, what do we see? It's lined with digital collectibles, we call them NFTs. Games, trading cards, digital art, and those crypto kitties. Joel and Riles are the hosts, you'll know. Joel and Riles say this won't blow. They're locked and loaded, so ready, set, go! It's the Nifty, really kinda spiffy. The